Look at yourself and realize how other people must see you.
You caught the whole used to be a man thing, right?
Is that duct tape?
Metallics are very in this season.
You look like Hannah Montana.
Ladies, I want each and every one of you to go back to your bunks tonight and get to know your own cha-cha. You ever been kissed by a 6-foot black transgender woman?
I'm good, thanks.
You closing up?
I got time for one more.
I need my neck shaved.
No one ever wants anything fun around here.
I'm guessing fun to you means a 2-foot poofy thing with a bird cage in it?
And what would be so terrible about that? I mean, especially in a place like this, we could use some originality, some sass. This excessive orange is the new black has completely changed my life. I've always wanted to play complicated, nuanced characters that pushed me to get better as an artist, that challenged my own sense of my own humanity. And Gingy Cohen and our brilliant writers have provided that with the character of Sophia Brissett.
Right to an attorney.
What did you do?
You can afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights as I just read them to you?
When we meet Sophia in season 1, we see this chick who's kind of sassy, who runs the salon. You want to look like the black best friend in the white girl movie. We see her struggling with access to her medication. What are those? Those are my pills.
They are now.
And that ain't enough. I need 4 of those.
I do what the chart says.
And we also see this woman who is a wife and a mother and is struggling to navigate and negotiate motherhood and love from behind bars.
What do you want me to say? That I met someone and I'm interested? That I'm lonely and I miss men?
What I love most about the first 3 seasons and Sophia's sort of evolution is that our show is not afraid to touch on real issues. The fact that Sophia was denied her hormones in prison is something that happens to far too many incarcerated transgender people all over the country. Listen, Doc, I need my dosage. I've given 5 years, $80,000 in my freedom for this. I'm finally who I'm supposed to be. Do you understand? I can't go back. Our show goes there and hopefully encourages the public to think about the conditions of not only everyone who's incarcerated, but particularly trans women who are incarcerated. Healthcare, basic human rights.
You ain't never gonna change that shit.
Sophia is distinct from a lot of trans women who are incarcerated because she's actually incarcerated in a women's prison.
If y'all want a man representing you, be my fucking guest. That bitch got a plastic pussy or some shit.
You wanna see it? Sophia's strength, for me, comes from having to create herself. And I think this is the strength of most trans people. We have to have this incredible sense of self that no one else has to have.
Out of curiosity, what kind of job were you thinking of getting in that?
I'm just here playing dress up. But I think that at the end of the day, whether you're transgender or not, everyone has to create themselves. And so I think her strength comes from this sense of very defiantly saying, this is who I am. I am not who you say I am.
You got this whole thing going on, the hair, the makeup. I mean, who has the energy to go full Mac counter every day?
Listen, after all I went through to be me, I'm not about to let shit slide. And what's interesting to me about what happens to Sophia in season 3, I think in a lot of ways it's part of the system, it's part of this transphobic system, but it's also partly her own doing. I think Sophia got really comfortable thinking that she was running the salon, everyone needed their hair done, they needed her.
Let me feel like a person.
And that people wouldn't turn on her. And it's really interesting to see how the second she pissed off the wrong person, everyone else sort of fell in line with not defending her. Casey, where'd you get that weed, girl? Don't tell me you went to Danita.
I thought I'd switch it up.
You think I don't know those Spanish girls been spreading shit about me?
I don't want to get involved.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with all of you? Acting like a bunch of stupid, transphobic bitches. And I think part of that is Sophia not playing the system the way that I think she should, and the way she had really been playing it up until that point. She kind of lost her mind because her son was getting older. She wasn't there to protect him, and she sort of displaced all of this onto Gloria.
Michael was arrested.
What? What happened?
He and your son beat the crap out of some kid.
Was Benny arrested too?
I don't know, but I raised a sweet little boy, and now suddenly he's a thug.
And in the blaming of Gloria, she lost all sense of the politics that she had to negotiate to be in prison. And losing sight of that, she lost everything.
Can I help you?
No, never mind.
John Heder, one of our writers, hinted to me that Gloria and I would get into it eventually. But when I got the script for episode 12 of season 3, I was just sort of like, oh. I kind of was holding my breath.
I'm closed.
And when I read Sophia's assault in her own salon, that brought me to tears.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Not till we see it.
Get her. Fuck you, female.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I was bullied a lot as a kid, and I always ran from the bullies. So a lot of that came back when I was shooting that scene, and our director, Uda, wanted me to be strong and sort of this defiant person, and that's not really who I am in these situations. I run.
Don't think I won't kill you, you fucking cunt!
Violence against trans people is such a huge issue in our culture, and I was concerned about, you know, the trans people watching our show who are fans of the show being triggered by that, but I thought it was a very important story to tell, and to tell truthfully.
Help me!
I'll get Caputo.
That is really what we're doing as actors, is trying to get to the truth of human experience, and this is what our show, I think, does.
Everybody acts cool most of the time, you know.
Oh, Sophia, hit me with the gossip. What do you think about Bang, Sophia? You start to feel like one of the girls. But then something turns. And you realize you're still a freak. And you'll never be one of them.
Featurette, you coming with us?
What the hell?
You're going to the shoe.
For what?
For your own protection.
Season 3 ending with Sophia in solitary confinement is something that's very true to life for transgender people who are incarcerated. Far too often, trans folks are placed in solitary confinement for our protection. And we know that this practice of putting folks in solitary confinement is cruel and unusual punishment. So our show is really tackling a lot of real issues. I've gotten so many blessings from this show. I've met trans people from all over the world who've said to me that this character has inspired them to transition, has inspired them to come out to their friends and family, inspired them to pursue their dreams of being actors. So many trans folks I know didn't think that being an actor was possible because they were trans, and they saw this moment that I'm having, and they were so profoundly inspired to follow their dreams.
No, ain't no one on the outside gonna do my due for a can of Pepsi.
Which you still owe me, by the way.
And we've moved so many people with this character and with this show.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have accused you.
No, you shouldn't have.
It's just that I was hoping I could be there to help shape him, you know. Teach him how to shave or change a tire. I might have changed, but I'm still his father.
The fact that I get to be a vessel for this is just the best thing ever. I'm living my dream because of Gingy, because of Netflix, and because of the amazing fans all over the world who've been so loving to me. So I'm just tickled pink and utterly grateful every single day for this opportunity.
I hope each and every one of you will allow me to lead you, in addition to letting me do your weave at a discount.